All right, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Podcast, all the sports gambling podcast network. My name is Talon Jenkins, joined with our hosts. We are Ryan Gilbert and Joel Meyer. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing tonight?
Doing good. Had a great weekend. Flyers back in a playoff spot here. So yeah, hockey betting not necessarily going as well as I'd like it to, but Flyers were winning, so everything's good here in Philly.
Talon just got attacked by his cat.
Attacked.
Fucking cocksucker, bro.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's good to have money again. The win totals are in for the most part. Accounts are flush with money for now until I start, withdrawing and making 100 more bets. I've got a bunch planned already. So that's good. But I should have a lot more money because fucking Auburn, after last Saturday spoiling it as a minus 25-point favorite and the over 6.5 win total, I thought that was done. And then they gave me hope. It was 4th and 31, last play of the game for Alabama. And I had Alabama win total under 10.5. And fucking Jalen Milroe wanders around for like half a minute before launching into the end zone. Guy's wide open. Game over. Fucking Alabama won. And that was not very, very good. But otherwise, things went pretty much as expected. All the favorites won and all the dogs lost in terms of my win totals to be settled. But yeah, good times. Other than that, excellent day in NFL. I mean, if the Lions won on fucking Thursday, all my teasers would have cashed except for Browns plus 7.5, and it would have been a magnificent day. But still a good one. Recuperate a lot of my losses there from that stupid Lions game. Fuck the Packers.
That was a pretty wild game. You're right. I'm with you. I fucking crushed it on the NFL, or mainly on Sunday. I was okay on the Thursday slate. I think it went 3 for 4, and then Friday I don't remember what happened, but I remember just absolutely crushing it on the Sunday. So that was cool. I'm tired, bro. I'm sleepy. I'm pissed off, and you know why I'm fucking mad? Guess. I'll give you one reason to guess why I'm mad today.
Is it someone's name? Maybe has to do with a medieval weapon. Or a medieval infantryman.
Is that an archer thing? I don't know.
Archer.
No, I don't know. That guy doesn't get me. That guy fucking he doesn't even exist. We proved it. He's not even real. Okay, he's just AI.
Chargers and the usual.
The fucking Chargers. Exactly. It's the fucking Chargers. This fucking team stinks. I'm done. I hate Coach Staley. I never want to see him again. I'm wearing my jersey, and you know why I'm wearing my fucking jersey? Because I bought this goddamn jersey shit hammered. And you know why I bought this fucking jersey shit hammered? For one simple reason, because there's one fucking guy on this goddamn team that's actually carrying his workload. One guy that when he steps onto this field, you know that this motherfucker's going to get his job done. And you know he's going to do it. And it's not even a fucking question because he cares. He has passion. You can say he has throbbing, rock hard passion, the type of passion that develops in young, maturing males as they grow older. And that young man that has the passion is none other than fucking Cameron Dicker, the kicker. Let's go. You can't really see it. I got my Dicker jersey on. This is the only motherfucker on this team that's playing worth his salt right now. Justin Herbert, I love the guy to death. Can't hold on to a fucking ball. Doesn't help that his O-line's playing shit. Rashawn Slater, the fuck are you doing? Zion Johnson, the fuck's going on here? This is absolutely fucking bullshit. What else we got going on? Mike Williams is hurt. The entire team just says, nah, fuck it, we suck now. We got Zion, we got fucking Quentin motherfucking Johnson, who has cabbage for fingers. Can't catch a fucking ball. This team stinks. I'm so pissed off. Season's done. Season's mush. Unless we win out, no fucking playoffs. Get that garbage out of here. But you know what? You know who's going to be getting points? You know who I'm going to be betting every goddamn game for the rest of the season? Is my boy, Cameron fucking Dicker, baby. You heard it here. Other than that, I'm doing fine. Thanks. Just fine.
I think you've written off the Chargers like 3 times, but you still keep going back in.
You should still somehow have up. You say maybe if we win out, maybe.
Dude, no, if we win that game yesterday, we still are in fucking wild card contention. Now you're fucked. You're 4-6. You're fucked. You know, the only good thing that happened was that the Bills lost. So at least that's a fucking win, bro. But I don't know. All right, fuck this. I'm mad. Let's go. Let's get through this shit. What do we got going on? Everybody go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports. Obviously, we got hockey. We got a 10-game slate coming up for tomorrow on Tuesday, the 28th of November. We'll be sure to get into that in a moment here. We got NFL. We got college football going on. What else is going on in the world of sports? We got basketball. My Raptors game. Boys, I went to the Raptors. Yeah. Fuck, I should have worn my Raptors jersey that I bought. One sec.
You bought a Raptors jersey?
Kill some time. I'll be back in a second. You go.
I just can't believe Talon spent his money on a Raptors jersey rather than a few beers for the game there.
Yeah, next thing you know, he'll be buying Blue Jays merch.
Oh, I'm surprised he's just come out of the nice Blue Jays hat on, maybe a foam finger.
Yeah. How's baseball going? How are those winter meetings?
Nothing's happening. There's people making up rumors left and right, but nothing's happening.
Oh, speaking of rumors, you hear about Connor Bedard and Corey Perry and a mom.
Yeah, apparently that's something that was speculated by someone, and they're just running with it. I can't imagine it's actually what happened, but like it's funny. So people are gonna run with that.
It's going to be something weird because this is a bizarre situation with or it's an organizational decision not to dress him. That's a weird scenario.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something with Bedard or something behind the scenes where I don't know if Corey Perry did something or was promised something. There's Talon back and
we're back.
Yellow. Is that yellow? A yellow
it's
Raptor?
Gold. Jersey? It's the play-in thing. They got the play-in jerseys, right?
You didn't even get a real one.
Guess who's on the back? Guess.
I only know like 2 players. Scotty Barnes or Ononobi?
Oh, close.
Fuck, I'm running out of players. I can't see that.
Can you see it?
Oh, Grady Dick.
I don't know. I was sitting there. I'm sitting with my buddy. He's like, "You gotta buy a jersey," and I'm like, "Which one should I buy?" He's like, "You should buy the extra large golden dick, number 1, baby." And I was like, "All right." So there you go, Grady Dick. Let's go.
Nice.
Catfish Chili. I would buy a white guy jersey. Yeah, you're right. All right. So yeah, tons of stuff in the world of sports. Ryan, what's going on in the world of baseball?
I already asked.
Nothing. Nothing's going on in the world of baseball. You can't say you don't care. Nothing's happening.
I heard Ohtani's going to the Jays. No.
Everyone thinks so. Everyone's hoping so.
He's not going to the fucking Jays. Are you kidding me? No. All right, you can find all that information on the SGPN website. That's the place to be. Check out all the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles. He's pumping out weekly. Those are absolutely awesome. What else is going on? Other shows. Listen to the other shows as well. Everybody's absolutely killing it. Hell yeah. And shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord. It's always a great place, just banging, just full of positivity in the Discord. Everybody loves everybody. We got a couple AI bots in there that I'm half concerned are Russian troll bots. I'm pretty convinced that that's the case. But I mean, hey, yeah, that's what's going to happen. They got AI Russian bots and they're committing voter fraud. It is what it is, right? So that's regardless. But other than that, get your ass in the Discord. Shout out to all of our friends and pals. If you're not in the Discord, you're not making money. If you want to get in there, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We'll be sure to point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to the HGP Twitter account. Our social media assistant producer will be absolutely killing it. He'll point you in the right direction. Oh my God, my cat's going to fucking bite me again. Or what you could do is you could just go to your local liquor store and chances are you'll see one of either Ryan or Joel there. And if you see Ryan, you can ask him for Joel's number. And if you just see Joel, then you can be like, "Hey, can you give me one of your PBRs? Also, how do you get into the Discord?" And he'll be sure to point you in the right direction.
And I probably won't share the PBR. Shits are getting expensive these days.
It is.
Yeah, it's no longer 50 cents a can. And while Talon has his tall boy, Goldie or Blondie or whatever.
Amsterdam blonde, baby. Bigger than a tall boy.
Ooh, it's bigger than a
what
tall
does
boy.
it say?
Tall boy.
Yeah, it says 20% bigger. There we go. Just how Archer's mom likes it.
Yes. All right. Make sure you are subscribed to the podcast on YouTube. Subscribe there, comment, like, review, all that stuff. Good stuff. And leave us a 5-star rating and review if you subscribe on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. Yeah, get in the Discord. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN.
Okay, we're going to run through our lock dogs and totals from last show. This sucks. Last time we recorded, the games were for November the 24th, and we were collectively all together. Jolie went 2-1. He's up 1.64 units. Jolie's kicking ass lately, so hell yeah. Ryan went 1-2, down 0.33 units. I went 1-2, down 1.9 units. Mr. Meyer, run us through what happened here, bro.
Sure. We have the Avalanche at -130 against the Wild. Pretty closely contested game, but the Avs edged that one out. A 3-2 win, unfortunately, for Ryan, as he'll tell you all about it. And my dog was the Islanders money line against the Senators. So my angle worked out. I mean, it wasn't a good day Saturday, but the one thing that worked out is just fading these teams that came from Sweden. And then it's only the Red Wings that continue to win despite the travel ship, but all the other teams have yet to win yet. I mean, the Sens lost again today, Leafs lost 2, the Wild lost 2, and yeah, I think that's a real thing. So capitalized on that with the Isles. And my total though, lost. The Wings Bruins under 6 -105. Yeah, I didn't watch much of this game, but the Wings got the early lead, and that's not a good thing because you hope that the Bruins can get the early lead and then they can just seal it out, but. I'll take the 2 in one day.
Yeah, for me, my lock, I had the Kings in regulation, -120. They pulled that one out easily, 5-2 in Anaheim there. They got 2 goals in the first, went up 4-0 eventually, so that was easy. But yes, my dog, the Avalanche on the puck line, +170. They were up 2-0 in the second period, and then the Wild came back and tied it, eventually won 3-2. So yes, that was much too closely contested for my liking. And then my total, the fucking Devils got me again. I had the over 6.5 in the Devils Blue Jackets game. 3 goals in the first period, 2-1 Blue Jackets lead, 2-1 Blue Jackets final score. So the over does not hit despite the -135 juiciness. But still, I'm hitting my locks, a negative -0.33 units. So, slowly but surely get them there.
For myself, for my lock, I had the very fraudulent, extremely newly found to be fraudulent Boston Bruins in regulation against the Detroit Red Wings -130. Yeah, I mean, the Wings beat the shit out of this team. What did you say the score was? It was like 5-2 or something like that?
5-2, yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. I guess it's just safe to say that this Boston team just will never amount to anything. And, chances are they're probably going to miss the playoffs too. So, to all the Bruins fans out there, you kind of deserve it. So why don't you all go fuck yourselves? For my dog, I had the Washington Capitals money line versus the Edmonton Oilers. You guys were right. I was wrong. Edmonton beat the piss out of Washington this game. They didn't stand a chance. I think it was an ass kicking. I don't really remember the score.
5-0.
5-0. So, yeah, absolute ass kicking. And then my total, Pittsburgh Buffalo under 6.5 +110. I want to say it was like a 3-2 final. I'm pretty sure it was somewhere. Yeah. Okay.
3-2.
Memory's okay, yo.
You watched the Leafs game, right?
I was.
This
sure.
was the
this is a Friday.
I was at the Raptors game that night, so I didn't watch anything.
Yeah, I don't remember this one.
Yeah, but hell yeah, 3-2 final. Let's go, Pittsburgh Penguins, baby. Okay, ads. Let's go.
All right, we're brought to you by Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers is available in over 14 states plus Ontario, Canada. Bet Rivers has some of the best live betting markets in the space. Their betting menu is second to none, including a ton of props. Depositing and withdrawing is super easy on Bet Rivers. Sign up using our link to get a risk-free bet up to $500. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BETRIVERS. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm so upset that you have your hood up right now.
Why?
I went all last show wearing a fucking white blanket, sweating my tits off, hoping that you would put your hood up at one point, and then now you just show up with it up?
Maybe I had an instinct last time that fucking Gandalf the White would be there and scared off the Darth Sidious.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Now you got the extra large golden dick to combat it, though. So what's better?
Bro, I gotta do all the Discord people as Lord of the Rings characters. That'll be the next one.
There you go. Yeah.
Exactly.
You
I
nailed a
I did
few
see
of
the
us
Star
there.
Wars one. That was good. I did appreciate being Chewbacca there.
Well, you're tall, you're grizzly, it worked, right? This is what you sound like after a couple margaritas. Oh! All right. We got a 10-game slate set for Tuesday, November 28th. Gentlemen, we ready to rock and roll here or what?
Oh, yeah.
Right on. Cool titties. First game on the docket here. We got the Florida Panthers against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game itself is in Toronto here. Florida on the money line sitting at plus 120. Leafs on the money line at minus 142. The over-under is at 6.5. Over sitting at minus 120. The under plus 100 here. That's one burp if anybody's keeping track. What do we got here? Stoli, the goalie I'm seeing, is expected to start in this game. Florida Panthers are playing tonight. I guess I would take it. Bob's playing tonight then, I would imagine.
Yeah. Got the shutout, I think.
The shutout. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. Stoli's numbers have been good this year due to 2.29 goals against average, a .917 save percentage. This Leafs team kind of in shambles. You know what? Leafs are fucked in this game. The Leafs are fucked. The Leafs are Connor Bedard's mom right now. That's how fucked they are, okay? They don't stand a chance in this game. And you know why? Because Sheldon Keefe is back up to his bullshit. This guy's mixing up lines trying to get Mitch Marner going. And what does he do? Instead of just like, he breaks up the second line. The second line you've been waiting all season to click. He separated Tavares, Nylander, Bertuzzi, who finally got their shit going together. Bertuzzi's finally looking like a guy. He dropped Marner to that second line and moved Nylander up to the first line to play with Matthews and Nyes. And like, yeah, that's fine. But like, you know what? Why do we got to coddle Mitch Marner so much? If he's playing like shit, why can't we drop him to the third line for one game and bring Calle Yarncroc up to the first line? Calle Yarncroc has been a plug-and-place player all year long. Now, is he better than Mitch Marner? Of course he's not. But Marner's currently not driving the play like you would expect as a player of his caliber to be doing. He's still got 20 points in the year, which is absolutely unbelievable, but it sucks. So what he did is he fucked up the chemistry of the second line, which has been the only line contributing here. This stinks. Now, keep in mind, this guy puts his lines in a blender so much that everything will be back together probably after the first 7 minutes of the first period. But either way, it's a bad look. The boys are going to be sitting there in practice today being like, what the fuck? Why are they doing this? This is stupid. So Florida's got the edge. I'm not going to bet it because I'm going to hammer the Leafs, but give me the Panthers plus 120 here. As far as over-under goes, over is probably the better lean, but you know what? I'm leaning towards the under in this one, man. Florida doesn't really score a lot of goals, man. A lot of their games have been tight. They're averaging 2.9 per game, which is 23rd in the lead, and their goaltending's been solid as well. So I'm going to lean towards a sneaky underplay at 6.5 here, and give me the Panthers, except for don't give me the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to lean to the Panthers here as well, even on a back-to-back at plus 120. Big win in Ottawa tonight, 5-0. 5 guys got ejected like with less than 10 minutes to go. So they were probably able to, run 4 lines. They outshot them 36-20. So a good win for Florida, who they've been much better than expected, now, especially now they have Ekblad and Montour back. Ekman Larson, we mentioned last show. Their only injury now is Josh Mahura, who is not really a major loss. And this could be a bit of a homecoming game for Anthony Stolarz, who played his OHL hockey there with the London Knights and won the championship back there 10 years ago. So could see him want to impress maybe his old Belay family or something. So
only 4 hours away.
Oh, it's nearby. I always heard Drew was from Hearst, which is nearby Ontario, which is like 5 hours away.
Hearst is like beside Ottawa, bro.
No, but it's still a few hours away, is it not?
Yeah, it's pretty far.
Yeah. Anyway, Panthers plus 120. And yeah, I'd lean to the under 6.5 here at plus 100. I could see these two teams playing kind of like a playoff atmosphere, much like they played last playoffs.
Right. I saw the end of this game, at least most of the third period of the Sens Florida Panthers game. Anyway, and it was an absolute war. Like the Tkachuk brothers were rallying the troops on their respective sides, and they were going all out. Every time I looked at the screen, there was somebody being ejected. It was old school hockey. It was excellent to see. But yeah, the Florida Panthers right now are one of the best teams in the league. Definitely one of the hottest. I mean, probably the hottest. Maybe the Predators can give them a run for their money in that regard. But yeah, the Panthers are a legit team. The the Leafs, meanwhile, are still figuring things out, like Talon was saying. And of course, there's still the Sweden angle. It takes a little bit of time to get back to your old habits and whatnot. So yeah, I like the Panthers here. I haven't bet it yet. Maybe wait for a better number with them on the back-to-back. And is he absolutely confirmed already, the Stolars? Or
well, if Bob played tonight, then I imagine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not confirmed, but
yeah, but usually when you get that confirmation, the line will go up for the Panthers. So that's what I'll be waiting for. The Panthers are playing much better defensively now that Paul Maurice is instituting his system, and it's no longer the run and gun Andrew Burnett days. So the Panthers are kind of turning into an under team now with their excellent defensive stats. So I can't trust the over here as much as I'd like to, but I still lean that way given how the Leafs are playing and how poor they are defensively and inconsistent goaltending. We'll give them that much. So yeah, and Stolars in that too. So that leads me to believe that it'd be an over, but just Panthers money line would be the strongest play for me.
One more thing on this: if anyone gets Talon in Secret Santa, get him a Cal Youngcraft jersey. He fucking loves that guy.
20 goal scorer, bro. He's gonna hit it again this year. Look out!
All right.
See, maybe when he plays for Philly, instead of the Pickard parlay, we can have the Yarncroc parlay. All right.
I'm in.
Okay, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot here. We got the New York Islanders against the New Jersey Devils. Game itself is in New Jersey. New York on the money line sitting at plus 142. New Jersey on the money line at minus 120. Minus 170. The over-under is 6.5. Over sitting at plus 105. The under minus 125 here. Couple angles here. I kind of like the Islanders in this game, dude, as dogs at plus 142. It's not really a road game because of proximity between these two teams here. Both teams have been shit when it comes to division games. New Jersey's been shit at home. The Islanders have been shit at the road. So I don't really know what to make of it here, but I feel like the Islanders could go in there and do some damage. They're not really getting a lot of shots on goal, and that's what's hindering them this year, as well as their shooting percentage hasn't been this good. But I don't know, man. I'm basing off goaltending here. And I know that Ilya Sorokin hasn't been that great, but his numbers are starting to trek up a little bit here. His goals against average is under 3, and his save percentage is up 0.917. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you have Vitek Vanacek, who's a 3.32 goals against average and a 0.884 save percentage here. So division game here, I imagine we'll see a little bit of a battle. I'm hoping the Islanders can come on top of this one. I'll take them at the plus money at plus 142. As far as over-under game here, I kind of love the under in this game, even though both goalies have been kind of struggling here. But you got the boring ass Islanders that can't fucking score a goal to save their lives. And New Jersey has been scoring, but still there's a little bit to be left desired here. One thing I do want to note that I do like, maybe look for like power play props here favoring New Jersey. They have the first place power play in the league, averaging 37.5%. And the Islanders penalty kill is 31st in the league, sitting at a 70.3% kill. So, whether you look at like a Hughes point on the power play or something along those lines, I'll be looking towards that as well.
That's a good point there, yeah. But and I'm with you. Islanders plus 142. I do think there's some value there. Ilya Sorokin looks like he's back. Yeah. He had a shutout and a shootout loss against the Flyers there on Saturday.
Did he look good? You were at that game, right?
I was there. He looked great. It would have been a fucking miserable time if the Flyers didn't win. So I'm very happy they pulled out the win there. And yeah, Sorokin's back, and the Islanders aren't going to have a good shooting percentage because they don't have any players that like scare people, but they play good defensive hockey. They rely on their goaltender, and they know how to win sometimes. So they've won three in a row before they lost to the Flyers on the back-to-back. Bad travel spot there. I just can't trust the Devils right now, even minus 170. Big win over Buffalo, limited them to 12 shots, outscored them 7-2 final, but still only won 3 of their past 10 games, 2 of their past 8. So can't back them. Got to go with the dog Isles here, plus 142, which does correlate to the under 6.5, minus 125. But I would either play the Islanders money line or the over if I were to play one of these two bets.
Ilya Sorokin is not the only one who's back, though. Nico Hischier came back in the last game, and surprise, they absolutely dominated. Like, this guy is crucial for this Devils team. They've only lost once in regulation when he's in the lineup. He can do all the dirty work for the other guys. He does all the defensive stuff. He was the favorite for the Selke before the season for a reason. And yeah, like the other guys, they're not good defenders in the forwards group. So when he's not there, they got to do this dirty stuff, and they're not good at that. Plus, it takes away from their offensive game. So he should be in back there. He can do that dirty stuff for them, so they can go and do what they do best, which is score goals. So I think the Devils will pick it up as long as he's going. Timo Meier still isn't back though. That's a problem. Well, he's still game time decisions, so he could be back for this one. I don't know. That said, I can't. It's still a bit of a too high of a number here against a feisty Isles team. -170 is I lean to the Devils, but it's not a strong play at all. And yeah, the total is a total mystery. It's probably correlated. If the Devils win, it's likely going over. If the Islanders win, it's likely going under. That's the way I feel about the amount of goals in this game.
I like that. The totals
also worth noting for the Islanders, they're now without Pelech and Sebastian Aho, so 2 of their defensemen. So that's something to keep an eye on.
Right, those are the 2 guys that went out in that. Was it Friday game? I think it was. We mentioned. They played 4 defensemen in that one.
It's tough titties. Okay, moving down to the 7:30 p.m. time slot here. We have the Carolina Hurricanes against the Philadelphia Flyers, baby. Game itself is in Philly. Game itself is literally on a cheesesteak. It's being played on a cheesesteak. Carolina on the money line at -162. Philly on the money line at +136. The over-under is at 6. What, you guys didn't like that? You didn't think it was funny on a cheesesteak? I thought it was good. Fuck you. Over-under is at 6. Over sitting at -115. The under -105. Mr. Ryan, noted hater of the Philly cheesesteak. What do you think's going on in Philly here?
I hope the Flyers win here. I do think they have value here as +136 dogs. They have played the Carolina Hurricanes twice this season. 1-1. The first meeting, they were up 2-1 until the second period. They were the better team, and then they ended up losing. Then they did beat them a few weeks ago here, back down there in Carolina as huge underdogs. So only +136, but like we said the other night, like the books are starting to respect them here. Should be Carter Hart against Antti Ranta, who, I mean, remember that Carolina game against Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay had 8 goals on 14 shots. Like Carolina can't buy a save. They were down 2-0 to Columbus before a big third period comeback other night. So gotta go with the Flyers here at home +136. Flyers have good expected goals for numbers, 7th in the league. Carolina obviously 2nd. I think they're both kind of inflated a little bit due to their playing style, but Rasmus Ristolainen also back for the Flyers, who was better than I thought last year. He was great against the Islanders, so getting him in the lineup rather than some kid that shouldn't be in the NHL is going to be big too. So give me the Flyers here, and I absolutely love the under 6 here at -105. Flyers have been very much so an under team, and these games have all been low scoring. 3-2, 3-1 this season. Even dating back to last season, they were mostly low scoring. So love the Flyers and the under in this one.
Don't have much to add there. The Flyers are my side as well. One thing that I will add is that the Hurricanes have a losing record on the road, despite playing a pretty soft schedule in those games. So yeah, I like the Flyers here as well, and the under I think is a decent look as well. Even though the Hurricanes goaltending could throw that in the trash with how they've been playing lately.
I want to take the Flyers here. I'm gonna do it. Give me the Flyers +136. I like them in this game. You know what? Carolina, they had a big comeback win. Who were they playing? Columbus yesterday. They were down 2-0 early. I think they tied it up and then they scored to go ahead with like fucking 2 minutes left in the game. It was an ugly win, but I mean, like, you gotta remember this Columbus team. Yes, they just kicked the shit out of Boston tonight, but they're not the real deal. So, and meanwhile, like you said, the Flyers have been playing decent hockey to start the year. I'm kind of waiting for the trail off to happen. It might not happen. Who knows? Maybe you guys are right when it comes to this Philly team. But they have shown me no reason to think that they can't beat a team like Carolina, which has been struggling, especially with the likes of whether it's Antti Ranta or if it is Peter Kurchetkov in net for the Canes. Neither of them are really barn burners. And Carter Hart's been playing some damn good hockey here, man. So, yeah, I'll take the Flyers at home +136. I think there's some value there. I'm going to lean with my boy Ryan with his under recommendation. He says this team's an under team. I haven't really watched them too much this year, so that's good enough for me.
Big stretch here for the Flyers. Got the Canes and Devils at home, and then a home and home with the Penguins. So this could make or break them.
Division games too. That is big.
Yeah, they do matter.
Of course they do. See, I like that. Thank you. Okay, moving down to the 8 p.m. time slot here. We got the St. Louis Blues against the Minnesota Wild. Game itself is in Minnesota, aka Joel Meyerville. St. Louis on the money line sitting at plus 136. Minnesota on the money line at minus 162. Over-unders at 6.5. We got an over-under pick 'em, both over and under at a minus 110 here. Jolie, Polly, Oli, Darth Sidious. What do we got going on in this game here?
You know what? One of my favorite markets to bet into is the next coach fired market. And thankfully, the Wild saw the light of day and fired Dean Evison. That was a nice pickup. I mean, these limits on these bets are very small, but if they let you bet them again if the odds change. So you just keep betting into it. And very, very soft stuff. It's pretty easy to pick up, make valuable bets based on like which coach is on the hot seat, because a lot of it has to do with the market that they're in, right? Like Sheldon Keefe is always near the top because everyone in Toronto is always mad at him. Like, oh, you got to fire this guy. So the odds drop because they're betting it. But nobody cares about Minnesota. So his Dean Evison's odds aren't what they should be. That's my strategy with this kind of thing. Anyway, that was a nice little win. As for this game, though, the Wild are going to bounce back here. I know they're one of the Swedish teams, but they've been playing fairly decently, better than their record suggests. Especially lately, like they've been getting unlucky, especially in those Sweden games too. I think they lost. I think they were ahead in both of them, and then they lost. I know the Leafs came back from behind to win, and then the other one was the Senators. I don't remember that one, but it was a close game. I do remember that, and just like most of these Wild games, I know. And yeah, I mean, you look at the standings, you think, why the fuck are the Wild minus 160 favorites when the Blues are like, you got 10 more points ahead of them? But the Wild are better than the record suggests, and the Blues are not as good as their record suggests. So that's the line, but it's still not high enough. We're going to hit the dead cat bounce in this one as well. So give me the Wild here, minus 162, one of my favorite bets on the board.
He didn't actually die. Like
it's a saying.
I'm with you here on the Wild. Like what you said, they scored first in both of those Sweden games. They got a point out of the games, but they lost in a shootout to Ottawa and then overtime to the Leafs. They've had close games that they significantly outshot the opponent that they probably should have won. Maybe had 2 or 3 wins in that 7-game losing streak, which would make this team look drastically different. But it's more so also the Blues just are not good, and they definitely got up for the last game in Chicago. That's a big rivalry game for them, and you know what? They're feeling good. 11-8-1, only 5-5-1 on the road. Minnesota has been better at home, and the new coach bounce here all over the Wild, minus 162. I think they're a much better team, and I don't hate them to make the playoffs at plus 180. I don't think they're. I have to take a closer look, but plus 180 or maybe a John Hines for Jack Adams, but that's a discussion for another day.
Get the fuck out of here!
Oh my gosh, you guys are just blowing my mind here. Okay, Dean Evison should not have been fired. This is absolute bullshit. I swear I'm the only one fucking standing on this hill. But this team has $14.75 million in dead fucking cap space. I said it in the preview. I've been saying it for all year long. They're going to have the same thing next year. I'm going to be saying the same thing next year when they're a shit team. They lose 7 in a row. They got a crazy losing record and they don't make playoffs. Nothing's going to change. They shouldn't have fired this guy. It's absolute bullshit. And for ownership or fans or anybody to think that this Minnesota Wild team is still a contender, like you've been sold a false bill of hope. You know what it's like? Did you guys ever hear about the cargo cult? It's like a cargo plane cult. You ever hear about this?
I've heard something about that, but I don't remember.
Yeah. So it was back like during World War II. There was a bunch of like islands or some shit that were like in fucking, I don't know, Malaysia or somewhere in the Pacific. And what happened was like Americans would land on these islands with their cargo planes and they would use them, as like fueling stations. They built runways and all this shit there. And when they ended up leaving, they just left a bunch of, materials behind, whether it be food or whatever it might be. And the natives of this land, they'd never seen anything like it. So what these guys did, they started building just like mock planes, like wooden planes out of trees and shrubs, and they started worshiping and treating these planes like they were the gods. They were sold a false bill of hope, and they're sitting out there, they're building runways thinking that things are going to be coming back, and they're just wasting their time, which is the exact same thing that the Minnesota Wild and the Minnesota Wild fans are doing this season. Everybody always tells me, oh, you can't have this much money tied up into these players. Well, at least we got money tied up to players that are playing. You telling me how hypocritical is that if you think this team's going to fucking do well and they got $15 million in dead cap space? So get the fuck out of here. The Minnesota Wild are frauds. Kaprizov's only scored 6 goals this year. Booty's not doing all well either. Like, the goaltending's a fucking problem. They're absolutely terrible. Is St. Louis a barn burner? No, of course they're not. They're shit too, but at least they're getting fucking saves, man. Neither team is scoring goals. St. Louis is getting saves. Minnesota sucks at home. St. Louis sucks on the road. Give me the Blues in this game, plus 136. Minnesota, you're worshiping a bunch of planes.
I'll say one thing. I agree with you that he shouldn't have been fired. But another reason why I made that bet is because the owner, he stresses making the playoffs all the time. And he felt desperate, like he needed to make a change to get this team going. And so that's why he fired the coach. I mean, I don't agree with it like yourself, but that's his reasoning anyway.
I understand and I believe the concept of you get to the dance, anything can happen. You know, I'm a full advocate of that. I always have been. But like for this year and next year, when the cap hits are that high, we talked about this before. We don't got to get into it, but like I think it's best to just mail it in, cut your losses, go for the pick for the next 2 seasons when you got $15 million in dead fucking cap.
Amen.
Okay, moving on to the 8 p.m. time slot here. We got the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Smashville Predators. Game itself is in Nashville here. Pittsburgh on the money line sitting at minus 120. Nashville on the money line at plus 100 here. Over-unders at 6.5. Over sitting at minus 110. The under at minus 110 as well. This is another pretty close game when it comes to matchup. 2 teams that you can say are pretty mid. They're both 10-10 on the year. Penguins 6th in the Metropolitan. Nashville 5th in the Central. Nashville's been surprisingly good at home, man. They're 7-4-0 this year. Penguins are 5-4 on the road, so maybe kind of tight. Both teams are scoring goals. The difference maker, much like the last game I said, Nashville just isn't getting the saves. UC Saros is playing a little bit better, but still the Preds are 17th in the league, averaging 3.2 goals against average per game. And then the Penguins, man, surprisingly, they've been a decent team. Maybe not as much defensively. Actually, yeah, not really defensively, but goaltending's been fine. The one thing about the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're first in the league when it comes to shots on goals. They're generating scoring opportunities here, and they do still have that offensive talent when it comes to the likes of Crosby, obviously Malkin, Letang, Carlson. You know, we're starting to see it click a little bit there for the Penguins. So I absolutely love Pittsburgh in this game as minus 120 favorites on the road here. As far as over-under goes, I love the under in this game, man. 7 of the past 10 Penguins games have gone under, and Nashville isn't really burning the barn when it comes to scoring goals. So give me the under. Give me the Penguins.
Yeah, absolutely love that under, especially that we're getting 6.5 only at minus 110. Unders, I mean, you said it, the 5 straight unders for the Penguins, 7 of their past 10, 1 push out of 7 against the Kings there in overtime. Predators have been hot, but like if you look at 5 of their wins, 5 straight wins, like a few bad teams there, Blackhawks, Blues, but beat Winnipeg, beat Calgary, beat Colorado. So I think I would lean to the Preds here at plus 100. Rickard Rakell and Rui Riedel are still out for the Pens. Brian Rust is questionable, and that really eats into the Penguins' depth because like after their big dogs, like they have Alex Nylander playing second line with Malkin and Riley Smith, which they can get by with for a bit, but after that their bottom 6 does not look good. So the Preds have been better than we expected this year. In terms of back up to 10-10 now, both teams at 10-10, both teams right next to each other at expected goals 4%. So just kind of lean to the home team here. Predators at plus 100. But yeah, the better bet is the under 6.5 at minus 110.
I disagree with you guys in terms of the total. I like the over in this one. Both teams are in the top 5 in expected goals for. Tal mentioned all the shots the Pens get on net. And yeah, the Jari's been good, but Saros not so much. Yeah, Talon also said he's been playing better lately, but still not the old Saros. And I mean, the Pens penalty kill or power play is probably why more Pens games aren't going over, because it's one of the worst in the league somehow, despite having Crosby, Malkin, Gensel, Erik Karlsson, Rust when he was back in there and on the ice at the same time. Like that group has to score more, and they will eventually. I still keep waiting for it to happen. I think it could happen in this one. But that said, I like the Predators side more. This team is, like I said, in the Panthers game, one of the hottest teams in the league. And yeah, I think they keep it rolling here. Pens coming off that big win against the Leafs, maybe a bit emotional stuff, a little bit of a letdown, I guess. But more importantly, the Predators are playing just more consistent hockey right now. Pens are being carried by Crosby. I mean, that he's enough to win most games by himself, but I'd rather trust the way that the the Predators are playing. Oh, my guy Luke Evangelista, by the way, I think that he's now second in rookie scoring somehow. I never bet this one, but I like to cheer for that guy nonetheless. Yeah, give me the Preds and the over.
All right, we're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. No matter the sport, simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. So watch along, make your picks, and maybe make a little cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit of up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. And win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, their sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bet's revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
All right, here, moving on to the 8 p.m. time slot. We got the Dallas Stars against the Winnipeg Jets. Game itself is in. I'll tell you what, we got a little bit of snow today. If it's a little bit snow in here, I can only imagine what it is in this place. Game itself is in cold, snowy. It's probably a foot of snow on the ground right now. Snowy, cold. A team that did not win the Grey Cup this year. A city that doesn't have a Grey Cup in 2 years, even though they've been to the Grey Cup finals both years. It's so boring. It's lame. I don't think I've ever called it lame. It's pretty lame. There's nothing to do. It's so flat. Airport is so far out of the city. The fans hate it. The fans don't even show up. They lose money every game. The arena's so small. It's boring. It's cold. It's a small arena. Nobody cares. The team might even be better off back in Atlanta. It's cold. It's boring. Game itself is in Winnipeg here. Dallas on the money line sitting at minus 118. Winnipeg on the money line at minus 102. The over-under is at 6. Over sitting at plus 100. The under minus 120. I'm convinced that there is zero Winnipeg Jets shows or fans that listen to this show because we have never heard any complaints about that whole shtick. But you know why? Because Winnipeg Jets fans just simply don't exist. But anyways, in this game here, Battle of the Central here. These two teams have both been great when it comes to division games. Winnipeg's 5-2 in divisions. Dallas is 4-1. Jets are 6-3-1 at home. But you know what? This Dallas Stars team is 7-1-1 in the road, baby. Dallas is fucking awesome. They're scoring goals, 9th in the league for goal scoring. This is a pretty even matchup, though. I will gotta say, Winnipeg's keeping it right up in there with them. But I just think that the Dallas Stars are the better team. So even on the road here, I'll be taking the Stars at minus 118. This is going to be a sick game, dude. So you should be watching this one. As far as over-under goes here, I don't really love a lean either way, man. Whoop. It's just not a goalie game. We got a goalie game here with Ottinger versus Hellebuck. But, yeah, I guess technically based off that, I would take the under. But with the number being at 6, this one could go either way.
This is a great game to watch here. Not necessarily a great game to handicap. Two great teams in the Central, two teams that don't get enough flowers for how well they've been playing so far. Dallas has lost back-to-back games, 3 of their past 4. They're kind of struggling a bit. Jake Ottinger has not looked good in his past 2 starts, allowing 6 to the Flames and 5 to the Avs. But yeah, the Jets on their side, they had a 5-game winning streak before losing down there in Nashville. I think coming back home, the day off, are able to possibly get it done. But Stars haven't played since Friday, the 24th was, so they've had some time off. Pretty much a total pass game for me. I would lean to the Jets and the under, though.
I kind of like the Stars here. It's the old Dave Blinsky special with the Jets going on that long road trip. Very successful one, too. I think just losing the last one against the team we talked about earlier, the Nashville Predators. The Stars are one of the more consistent teams in the league, especially bouncing back after a loss. I don't think they've lost 2 games in a row yet this season. I could be wrong. Don't fact check me. But the Stars are the better team, and I like them get a job done on the road here against the Jets team coming home after that long road trip. And a tight, low-scoring game. So I lean to the under as well.
This is where I'd be doing one of my both goalies to make over 29.5 saves bets here. Both teams are averaging over 30 shots per game. And we have two pretty good goalies in net. So I would normally can probably hit that sitting around plus 400, plus 450 or so, if your books have it. Okay, moving down to the 8:30 p.m. time slot here. We have the Seattle Kraken against the Chicago Blackhawks. Game itself is in Chicago here. Seattle on the money line at -175. Chicago on the money line at +145. The over-under is at 6.5. Over sitting at +102. The under at -122. Rye Guy, what's up here? What are you thinking is going to be going on in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm thinking just the Blackhawks just are not a good hockey team. They have Connor Bedard and not much else. They had Taylor Hall, but he's done now, I think, with a ACL injury. Corey Perry is out for personal reasons, but we don't necessarily need to get into that too deeply. And Seattle here, they have not been playing too great recently, but they've been beating bad teams. Lost to Vancouver, beat San Jose, beat Vancouver before that, beat the Islanders. So they've been back and forth. But Chicago, we talked about the emotional game for the Blues going into Chicago. Chicago probably got up for that one as a home game against a rival. Now you have Seattle, who does have that extra rest of all weekend. They were able to, they had a 3-game homestand. Enjoy the weekend. They go to Chicago there. So I think they'll be able to get back on track here on the road. They're 4-3-4. Blackhawks are 2-6 at home. So just give me the Kraken here, -175. I think that will go higher by puck drops. So if you're listening later, maybe take a look at the puck line or regulation. Seattle, has had a few blowout wins, and Chicago has not been necessarily keeping it close recently. So Kraken -175, probably up to around -190, and then puck line after that.
Right, I agree with all of that. The Blackhawks are a bit dysfunctional right now with all the shit going off the ice. It's not a good situation there. Whatever it is, we don't know. It's all speculation, as Ryan said. But it can't be good. So, yeah, give me the Kraken here. -175, I think, is still cheap. Just a much better team, again, as Ryan said. And the Blackhawks, they're just losing players all over the place, and they never had many to begin with. Their defense core is looking abysmal. I mean, right now, their second best player is Seth Jones, and that's not a good thing. Although maybe Kevin Korchinski's past him. I don't watch a lot of Blackhawks games, but Kevin Korchinski is a promising prospect. I will say that much. But yeah, for this one, that doesn't matter. Kraken should roll here. Give me the Kraken. Give me the under 6.5 though. I like that one even better because the Blackhawks just have trouble scoring. Kraken, goaltending hasn't been elite per se, but it hasn't been terrible. At least not like it was 2 years ago. And I think that they can do enough here to shut the Blackhawks down. So you can do the Blackhawks team total under 2.5 if you want, but yeah, the under and the Kraken size for me.
Goaltending's been all right. I think you guys are out to lunch in this game. Okay, there's one thing we know. Wow. Connor Bedard is a fucking stud right now, okay? All right? This guy is frothing at the mouth. And you know what? The entire hockey universe is talking about Corey Perry using his own mom as his own personal Fifi. Well, guess what? Bedard's going to fucking answer, and Connor Bedard is going to put this whole goddamn team on his back in this game. Bedard's going to pop in 2, maybe even 3, and the Chicago Blackhawks are going to beat the shit out of Seattle. Because let's face it, it's like, I don't know if you guys ever watched Metalocalypse. I don't know, but like Squiz Guy, the guitarist, he just got really good at guitar because his mom was a whore. This is Bedard's vice. He's like, fuck, I gotta distract myself from everything going on, so he plays hockey. That's how he got so good. So this kid's gonna go out there and light the fucking lamp tomorrow. Seattle Kraken, beware. I'm sorry, Grubauer, you don't stand a chance. The Seattle team lets in a shitload of goals as it is here. Is Chicago a good team? No, but there's a little come on. Like if everybody was saying that this was going on to your life here, you'd be absolutely livid, and you want to go up and shove it up everybody's hoops here. Just like Corey Perry may or may not have done to your mom. But anyways, Give me the Blackhawks on the money line, plus 145 here. I love this team as home dogs in a revenge game. Connor Bedard versus the world. Then as far as over-under in this game goes, I do like the under here. Both teams do let in a lot of goals, but both teams absolutely stink when it comes to the offense. This might be a 3-0 game, and Bedard might have all 3 goals. Okay, moving down to the 9 p.m. time slot here. We got the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Arizona State University Coyotes. Game itself is in Arizona State University in the shallow round. Tampa Bay on the money lines at minus 135. The Yotes on the money line at plus 115. Tampa Bay, are they playing tonight? Why do I think they're playing? Yeah, they're playing Colorado.
Yes. Yep.
Ooh, okay, so they might be a little bit banged up here. Are you kidding me? I love the Coyotes in this game. I'm invested in both of these teams here. But yeah, with Ingram confirmed to play too, that's a big deal breaker. I know we say goalies don't matter apparently, but guess what they do, because Vajmilk hasn't looked good. On the other hand, Connor Ingram is 7-3-0 for this team. He's got 2.64 goals against average and a .919 save percentage versus Jonas Johansson. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Give me the Yotes in the shadow realm. I love that so much. As far as over-under goes in this game, surprisingly, kind of leaning towards the under here. Tampa Bay might be a little bit tuckered out on the second night of a back-to-back, especially playing against a good Colorado team here. I know they do score a lot of goals here, but with Ingram and net, I like that. And the Yotes, although they've been fine, middle of the pack when it's scoring goals here. So give me the under and give me Arizona plus 115.
When the desert dogs are dogs in the desert, you got to take the desert dogs here, especially with Tampa Bay on a back-to-back coming down from the Mile High City. They're going to be sucking for air in the shadow realm, especially with Connor Ingram and net. That is important. He's been great this season, 7-3, 2.8 goals against, 920 save percentage. Jonas Johansson is now under 500 at 8-4-5 for Tampa with a save percentage under 900. Yeah, Tampa Bay is going to be tired here, focused on getting the win or a point at least against Colorado, which is not looking promising. And Arizona has been off for a few days now, going to be at home, so they're going to get it done here. Plus 115. I do like the over though. Can't trust Jonas Johansson. He's given up 4 goals in 2 straight, and all but 2 starts this season, or 8 of his last 10 starts in total. But the Lightning have won some of those games, so maybe just look for a Coyotes team total over 3.5 if that's better odds than the money line. But either way, Coyotes as home dogs and then the over.
Matty Ice in the chat saying it's full moon tomorrow night. The howling will commence. And I fully agree with that take. I love the Yotes in this spot with the Lightning at war with the Avalanche, the team that ended their dynasty in their bid to win 3 in a row. At least, and then they go back to Arizona, where who gives a fuck about playing? I don't think that they'll put it in their A game against the Coyotes. I'm thinking the Coyotes they had a long losing streak, but then they thrashed the Blues, so good to see that. But I like the over most of all here. I mean, Connor Ingram, of course, better goalie than Vajmilk, but we got Johansson on the other side, and we got the Coyotes the way they play is just goals. They don't play much defense, and the Lightning they have a sick power play. I think it's second or third in the league in terms of scoring percentage, but I think that leads to goals, but the Coyotes will match them goal for goal with the terrible goalie in net for the Lightning. I love the over 6.5 here, as well as the Yotes money line, of course.
Ooh. You can get Yotes team total over 3.5 at plus 135. So if you want to howl for that instead,
Ryan, why didn't you howl? Come on.
Ooh.
That little bit of owl.
I was like an owl.
I was like an owl.
It was like an owl.
That's awesome. Okay, moving on the 9 p.m. time slot here. We got the Vegas Golden Knights against the Edmonton Oilers, baby. Game itself is in Edmonton here. Vegas on the money line sitting at plus 110. Edmonton on the money line's at minus 130. Over unders at 6.5. Over sitting at minus 105. The under minus 115 here. I believe the Knights are playing the Flames right now as we speak. They're currently up 1-0 halfway through the second period. So they will be on the second night of a back-to-back in this one. Who's playing tonight in net for the Knights? What do we got here? I'm seeing Aiden Hill's in net. So I imagine we'll probably see Logan Thompson, I guess, backing up for this game. Bit of a toughie here, man. Normally, I would be all over the Vegas Golden Knights in this game. On back-to-backs, I haven't really looked into how they've been this year when it comes to that fact. But I'll tell you what, this team has been fine on the road. 6-3-1. I guess that's not really nothing to write home about. You know what? Maybe I'm on the Oilers in this game, and I fucking hate that. But Oilers have been okay at home. They've been getting a little bit better, 4-4-1. They're on a 2-game winning streak heading into this game here. Division games do matter, and the Oilers are 4-4. The Knights are 5-2. If this wasn't on a back-to-back, I would be all over the Knights, but I am not. I'm probably not going to play this game when it comes to picking it, but if I had to, maybe I'd go towards the Oilers here. And then I would also be on the over 6.5 minus 105. It's a fucking Edmonton game. Wasn't there like 6 goals after the first period yesterday or something stupid like that?
4-2, I think, after the first. Makes sense.
Yeah, like that's insane here. So if the Oilers are playing, you got to bet the over. That will be my biggest play for this one. Although always fun when we got Eichel and McDavid going at it. So I'll probably be sprinkling props for both players.
Yeah, this is a game where like you look at it and you want to take Vegas as a dog, but you look closer. They're playing tonight, playing against the Flames. Going to be back-to-back. They are 1-2 this season on back-to-backs. And Edmonton, they may have found something finally, broken out of their funk. 13 goals in their last 2 games. So I lean to Edmonton minus 130, maybe a Oilers team total, or maybe just take the over 6.5 minus 105. McDavid seems to be back at it. He could be back in the Hart Trophy race in a blink of an eye. So probably going to end up being no bet for me here, but I would lean to the Oilers and the over.
I love the Oilers in this spot. One thing I will mention is that Elliot Friedman, I heard him speculating that McDavid has recently gone with the jersey no tuck when he usually tucks it in, and we saw on the weekend he's gone back to the tuck. And you know what his speculation is that he was hiding something underneath, because he was injured, right? So he hasn't been playing like himself, and that explains it. Now he looks way better now.
Sure,
he looks way better. His what?
His vagina.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, but the point is,
because he's a bitch.
Okay. Point is, McDavid looks unreal again. He was just thrashing the Ducks there in that one, and he played well against the Capitals as well. So yeah, give me the Oilers here. They look like they're ready to go on a roll. And yeah, I mean, they look dead and buried. But if you look at the Western Conference, it's a fucking shit show. There's so many bad teams. Oilers should be able to just play 600 hockey and they'll make the playoffs easily. I mean, we might see a team in the playoffs with like 85 points in the West. It's pretty bad. It's very top heavy. Of course, the best teams in the West are as good as the best in the East, pretty much. But the middle tier is absolutely bullshit. So I think the Oilers do make the playoffs in the end. And that starts with a victory against the Knights here, who are, in a war against let's go Sharks. Come on, kill those Capitals. 1-0 Sharks, let's go. But the Flames are currently losing to the Knights. And, going up to Edmonton, not a good spot for the Knights, especially with their backup goalie in net.
Not the best. Okay, moving on to the 10 p.m. time slot, final game of the docket. We got the Anaheim Ducks against the Vancouver Canucks. It rhymes. Game itself is in Vancouver. Anaheim, the money line sitting at plus 195. Vancouver, the money line at minus 238. If you're interested, Canucks on the puck line at minus 1.5, sitting at plus 100. The over-unders at 6.5. Over sitting at minus 115. The under minus 105. Jolie, what's the pulse out in Vancouver there? People still feeling good about this team. There's I know they started off pretty hot, but there's still a lot to be happy about out there. No?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely signs. Oh fuck. Bears missed the field goal. I think that was to win it.
Bears.
If that was live.
Was that a 12-yard field goal?
I think that was a replay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Now they're going to kick it.
Okay.
Let's I'm a Bears fan, but I want the Vikings to make the playoffs. So hopefully they miss this field goal. Hopefully he doesn't have that Dicker the kicker energy.
How many people do, my man?
Yeah, the Canucks. There's concerning signs there. Their numbers are not as good as you'd like them to see. They're winning these games, but a few of them are pretty fluky, and a lot of it just relies on the power play being elite, which is fine. But you got to be able to sustain that, which is going to be harder to do when the Elias Pettersson's not playing well recently. The last few games, he looks like a shell of himself. He even went into Rick Tocchet's office and was like, "Sorry, coach, I'm playing like shit." So he at least recognizes how terribly he's been playing. But that'll turn around. He's too good not to do so. So yeah, this game though, the Ducks, right? The Ducks are. I was thinking they're playing the Sharks because they play the Sharks like every fucking other game. But
They do.
Yeah, the Ducks just got killed. They're slumping bad. Yeah, they had a hot start just like last year, but they're showing their real selves now. Yeah, Zegras. Is he still out? Like, what's going on with Zegras?
He's on long-term IR.
Oh wow. Okay.
For what?
Maybe not long-term. Maybe we're just IR. Who knows?
Broken down.
Yeah, so he's still out. Whatever, that explains some of their struggles, but still, no, they're playing like shit. Dostal, he started off the season hot. He looks like crap now, in net, and then yeah, John Gibson, not quite as hot either. So yeah, I think the Canucks should be able to take care of business here. They lost to the Sharks in the last one. That's embarrassing, but they didn't play too terribly. The Sharks probably played the best game of the year, at least of all the Sharks game I watched. They looked like a legit NHL team for once. So yeah, I don't attack them too hard for that loss, especially being on a back-to-back from Seattle, going down to San Jose. But yeah, for this one, I think they get back on track. Give me the Canucks puck line, even money.
Yeah, Canucks puck line at even money probably is the best play here. They are the much better team. They typically bounce back well from losses, and their most recent wins have all been at least mostly by 2 goals: 5-1, 3-1, overtime against the Islanders, but then 5-2 against Montreal, 5-2 against Ottawa. And the Ducks, yeah, they're down bad right now. 6 in a row. 4 of those 6 losses by at least 2 goals, including 5-2 and 8-2 in the last 2. Yeah, Vancouver is going to have some regression, but as we talked about, they just have to play around 500 hockey now to make the playoffs and then keep things going. They are going to have some home regression though. 7-1 at home, they can't keep that up. So if you want a sneaky dog on this slate, I think the Ducks here at around plus 195, or if they get higher, could be the play. But for this game, I think Canucks puck line, as long as it's around even money, is the better bet.
Yeah, Canucks have been sick at home, 7-1 of the year. You guys talked about it. I actually love that puck line play. I'm not a puck line guy. That would be one of my bigger plays. As far as total goes, it's 6.5. I'd like to preface this total bet with a little jingle, if you guys don't mind. A jingle.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flags were still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the goalies and the home of the unders. We got 2 star-studded, sparkling, striped American goalies in net for this game with John Gibson and Thatcher Demko. They're both fucking studs. If you don't like John Gibson, you can suck my ass. Give me the under in this game, boys. Let's fucking go.
I was gonna say, are you offended, Brian, that he called that a jingle, the national anthem of America? But then he changed the words, so he excused himself.
I was confused about the whole jingle thing, but just for reference, Talon was reading that off his phone, so he did not do that from memory.
No. Why would I know your anthem, bro? Can you sing our anthem?
I don't know what you do in the free time. Pasta, I might be able to actually.
Let's hear it.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land. All right, that's it.
That's good though. That's half the battle.
Patriot love.
Good love.
Did all
our sons command. I think they changed that part on us. Though.
Oh, fuck off.
That's sexist. It's all of us, not all our sons, you know? Yeah, exactly. Right. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, because it used to be an all
show, boys. Let's get out of here.
All right, yeah.
All right. Consensus plays. What do we got?
Panthers plus 120 at Toronto, but not really for Talon. Flyers plus 136 and under 6 at minus 105. Dallas, Winnipeg under 6 minus 120 was all a lean for us, I believe, in the goalie game there. And then the Arizona Coyotes plus 115 at home against the Lightning.
All right, I dig it. There's a few there. Okay, let's move to our lock dogs and totals here. Update, we all fucking suck. Joel's getting better. Ryan and I both stink, but that's okay. Jolie on the year so far is 18-20 and 1 on the record, down 1.29 units. I'm 18 and 21, down 5.33 units. Ryan's 12 and 27, down 18.79 units. We fucking stink. I'm starting to get a little concerned about this whole operation we got going on here. Our picks suck. Good guys, though, right? So that's got to count for something here. Let's switch this up a bit. I feel like better. Well, I don't know about that. That's I feel like that's not great.
not good howlers.
we're like the Dave Mustaine of betting lock dogs and totals. All right, let's switch this up a bit. Gilbert, kick us off here, bro. I got a feeling you're gonna go 3-0. Come in hot here.
Let's go. My lock here. The Seattle Kraken minus 175 at the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago can't keep their own Blackhawks in their pants, so Kraken gonna take it to them here minus 175. My dog are my Philadelphia Flyers plus 136 at home at the Farg against the Hurricanes. Just good spot here for them back at home plus 136. Then my total is the under 6 in that Canes Flyers game at minus 105. Carter Hart's been playing great hockey, and the Canes have enough defensive structure to protect whoever they have in net.
My lock is the stupid, dumbass, mild money line minus 162. They're going to rally around the new coach and show that they are, they show that it was all the other coach's fault. It wasn't our fault. We were fine. It was the coach's fault. So they're going to win this game for the new gaffer. Dog, Predators money line, even money against the Penguins. I think the Preds are really on a heater right now. And then the Penguins coming off that win against the Leafs, I think is not a good spot for them. And the total, that's probably my favorite bet. This should really be my lock. But the Lightning Coyotes over 6.5. This one's got to close 7, especially when Johansson is confirmed. It's only minus 150 now, so I would get this sooner than later. Also like the Coyotes money line in this one, Coyotes team total in this one. I love to bet this game.
Okay. For myself, for my lock, I'm going against my boy Jolie here. I'm going to take the Penguins on the money line versus Nashville. I think they're the better team. I think they're getting better goaltending as well. So I will take the Pens minus 120. Suck it, Joel. For my dog, I got the Coyotes money line plus 115 versus Tampa Bay. Love this spot. Bolts on the second night of a back-to-back here, getting trimmed up by Colorado and fading that fucking useless plug, Jonas Johansson, anytime we can. Or Ingram in net for the Yotes. Let's go. And then for my total here, give me Seattle, Chicago under 6.5 minus 122. 3-0 game here. Bedard scoring all 3 goals because he's pissed off. But other than that, nobody on these teams can score unless they're playing against the Leafs, which they are not in this game. So give me the under. Okay. Anything else you want to add before we wrap things up here, gentlemen?
Nope.
Very productive, very professional show that we had tonight. I think we did good here. Some of our finest work.
We might win a Grammy.
Is there a podcast Grammy? Is that a thing? A Pammy?
No, because we're singing.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're great. We are We're awesome. Okay, here we go. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff for the world of sports. Obviously, we got hockey, 10 games late tomorrow. That'll be absolutely fantastic. What else we got going on? We got football, college football's happening, NFL's happening, a bunch of other good shit. We got basketball doing its thing. Nothing going on in the world of baseball. There's always MMA happening, it seems like. So tons of stuff in the world of sports. Soccer, Jolie, is your soccer teams doing stuff? I know you like that.
My German team Leverkusen are killing it. The only one draw, and the rest are wins. So we're on top of the Bundesliga. So hopefully that keeps up. But in the end, Bayern Munich will win it all. Fucking 12 years in a row. But yeah, soccer's good. Champions League tomorrow and Wednesday.
We got news. I forgot to bring this up. Tiger Woods is playing the Hero World Challenge starting Thursday. So we get to watch our boy Tiger fucking tee it this weekend. That's going to be fucking sweet. Technically, the PGA has started. Nobody really gives a fuck until Century Tournaments of Champions, but they do now. The Tiger's fucking playing. So I, who just so happens to be off this week, plan on just fucking, I told my girl she's got a work Christmas party on Thursday. I'm like, I'm sorry, babe. I might be a little bit drunky because I'm watching Tiger tee it all day long Thursday. Let's fucking go. So if you're a golf fan, hell yeah, that's sweet. All right, so go to SGPN website, check out the articles, check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles. He's banging out weekly. How are those going, Gilbert? Those are ripping.
They're going good. Yeah, back on track this week. I think I recommended Kareem Marchenko, who scored tonight against the Bruins. So nice. Yeah, keep it going here.
Right on. Love that. Good shit. So be sure to check those out. Listen to the other shows as well. Shout out to our friends and pals and our boys at the MMA podcast. Yoda, you know who you are. What else is going on? Shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you're not making money. It's an absolute fun time in there where he's just having a blast. Some people aren't even real, which still just blows my mind. You can't even wrap my head around that, but that's okay. So shout out to all of our friends and pals in there. If you want to get in the Discord, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We'll be sure to point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to the HGP Twitter account or social media assistant producer. He'll be on there. He'll be willing to point you in the right direction. He's a fucking beauty. He always gets stuff done the right way. Or what you can do is you can try to be your best European hockey scout or Canadian junior hockey scout or USA junior hockey scout. Because I'll tell you what, you got fucking nothing in hand when it comes to the HGP's own very best junior hockey scout for the upcoming IIHF World Junior fucking Hockey Tournament kicking off in about a month or so, Joel Meyer. So if you're an inferior scout, what you can do is you can call this motherfucker up. You can be like, hey, I got 2 questions for you. 1, how do I be better at scouting the World Juniors? 2, how do I be better at capping the World Juniors? 3, how do I get in the Discord, baby? And if you're lucky, he'll answer 2 out of the 3 of those for you, but not all 3. You got to pay for that.
I got 2 things to that. First of all, I am not the preeminent junior scout and paying attention to these prospects. That would be Mac in the Discord, old former Leafs fan, turned Sabres fan. He's killing it. He follows these guys. And secondly, fuck the NHL. Fuck Gary Bettman. Fuck whoever's responsible for the stupid World Cup of hockey. There's not even a German team. 4 teams? You kidding me? That's not a World Cup. Get the fuck out of here.
Maybe we'll get into that tomorrow. We'll do like some news roundup tomorrow. All this.
Just don't do it. Simple as that. Just don't do it. It's nothing is. You'd rather not have anything than have that. Fuck off.
Yeah, just give us World Juniors. That'll hold us up. But fuck, just give us the fucking Olympics. That's all we want. It's not that hard.
He's too big of a fat fucking pig to give us anything. So fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's more the owners, but yeah, he speaks for the owners. So yeah, he's partially responsible as well. Fuck him.
100%. Duh. All right. My name is Talon Jenkins. Duh. My name is Talon Jenkins. You can find me Googling Toronto singing lessons. And then you can also find me at Twitter at Talon_Jenkins94.
I'm Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop, and you'll find me working on my howl.
I'm Joel Meyer. You'll find me paying off some of these credit cards. I got money again.
Hell yeah. I love it. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.